So when you're feeling comfortable with the lower hand, from G up to D, and from D back down to G, we're going to start working on the upper hand. Take a moment just to make absolutely sure if you're right-handed, your right hand should be the lower hand. If you're left-handed, make your decision if you're going to learn right-handed or if you're learning left-handed. Okay, but either way, make sure you're consistent from here on out, just so that you don't have to relearn it twice. I've known a few people who've started learning it one way and then had to relearn, and that can, of course, be a challenge. So working on the top hand, we've gone from G up to D. So now we're going to pick up on E. So this is E right here. You've got your ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger in position on the lower hand, and your pinky is up, so that bottom hole is open. Then you've got your thumb on the back. You got your pointer finger on that top hole on the front, and your middle finger on the second hole on the front, and then where your ring finger would go, it's open at present. Okay? So this is E. That's E. Okay? And similar to the lower hand, most of what we do here is going to be pretty simple, and there's just going to be one note that kind of throws us off a little bit. So here we have E. Pretty simple to get to F. All we do is lift the middle finger. So E to F. Okay, and I'm tucking my my ring finger back here so that it's clear to see what's going on. But usually when you're playing, your ring finger would be out here, so it's ready to snap back down to its hole when it's needed. So I'm just trying to get it out of the way for you to see here. So E to F, pretty simple, and to G, similarly, very simple. All we do is raise that pointer finger as well. Now here we have a repeat, right? Because down here we have low G. This is high G, so that's one whole octave apart. So these two notes, those are the same note, one octave apart. So this is high G. Sometimes in bagpipe notation, if you see them written down, either the low G or the high G will be written lowercase and the other will be uppercase. In this book, if you're looking at page 5 right now, you'll see that we just put the word high in parentheses next to the G. And the same is true for the A. We have a low A and a high A. And the way we play that high A from G right here, we lift our thumb off of that back hole, and at the same time, we drop our ring finger onto the third hole on the front. So it's kind of like when we transitioned from B to C on the lower hand. We had that middle finger come up and that pinky come down at the same time. That pinky starts coming down, and right when it makes contact with the chanter, the middle finger snaps up. Or the reverse if you're going down from C to B. Okay? So similarly here, if we're on G, which is these three fingers on the bottom hand with the pinky up and your thumb on the back, G, your ring finger starts coming down, and right when it makes contact with the chanter, you snap that thumb off. Now if you've had a bit of a challenge finding the holes so far on the front of the chanter, when you lift a finger and then have to put it right back down on the hole, just work on the thumb, because often that's the very hardest one. You have your thumb going up and trying to land all kinds of places back here until you can find that tiny little hole and cover it up. Once again, make sure that you're not playing with your fingertips, because that's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to play with your fingertips, and it's not going to work on the bagpipes. Nice and flat. See how my thumb, just the fattest part of my thumb is what's covering that hole? That makes your life a lot easier for sure. And once again, make sure you're not gripping your chanter super tight. Try to relax. And we're going to run through that top hand again. So looking at the diagrams on page 5, we've got pinky up, these three fingers on. Then we've got ring finger is off, middle finger is down, pointer finger is down, thumb is down. Okay, so that's E. Lift the middle finger for F. Lift the pointer finger for G, and then drop the ring finger and lift the thumb for high A. Let's play through that really slowly together a few times. We'll do it 5 times, and try, if you have to back up the video and watch this part a few times, that's fine. Either watch it through once, just looking at my fingers, or, by which I mean all 5 times, or, go at your own pace, whatever you need. Look at my fingers while you need to, but once you can, look away from my fingers and look at that diagram on page 5, or more specifically, look at the notes so that you're building that connection where when you see an E on the staff, your fingers do this. And when you see a high A on the staff, your fingers do this. You're going to build that association. So here we go, 5 times, really slow, from E up to high A. Here we go. From G to A is going to be a little bit tricky, so maybe pause the video and go a few times. Just go G, A, G, A, and eventually you'll just be doing this little back and forth thing, and you'll sound like an ambulance. Here we go, second time through. And again, from E. Let's do that twice more. Okay, one more. Good. Work through that a few more times. Go back and work through that scale a few more times. Work on it with the video. Work on it on your own until you feel really comfortable going E, F, G, A. E, F, G, A.